Does anyone remember that video of the woman just kind of like falling to her knees and then screaming and crying because Trump just got elected? Isn't that hilarious? Isn't that so funny? I don't even know why. I guess people think it's funny because, like, hey, it's just an election. It's not that serious. You don't really have control over it, do you? Actually, spoiler, by the way, we do have control over elections in more ways than you might think. But yeah, I guess people just thought that was funny, but that's not funny, bro. It's just not like. And then my friend showed me a video, and it was just like the funny police encounters, right? And it was just so hilarious because there were just these clips. Actually, a couple of them were funny. That's the thing, right? They were clips of body cam footage, and they were entertaining. Just like the clip from all those years ago. That's now a meme. A meme. But in the videos, in like these body cam videos that I saw the other day, they were just like, no, like they were people's real life situations that are horrifying. Like if you look a little bit deeper into them, the final clip was a video where it was a short clip of a video where a guy had a very visible mental breakdown where he was just kind of like standing there in silence, like upon being confronted with a cop. The circumstances don't matter for the point I'm trying to make, but he was confronted with a cop and he went still, and it was a very visible mental breakdown. And now it's just funny. Now it's just a joke. Like it's just a joke. Like everything's just a joke. Everything's just a fucking joke, apparently. And we have no control over anything. I was gonna talk about like some stuff, like basically just the values that I'm trying to live by. But no, I think this video could just be like a friendly reminder that like there is nothing we can do about the world's problems. Um and we need to just joke about it, really, because it's just funny. It's just funny. Like when someone has a mental breakdown, like the most we can do is just kind of just laugh. Because I mean, look, they're such an idiot. Like why it's not that deep. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. It's just an election. It's just an election. It's not that deep. Come on. There's no possible reason that you could cry so much like that. You little crybaby, pathetic little goofball. There's no reason you could cry. It's just an election. It's just an election. But the problem with that, actually, let's breathe for just a second, right? The problem with that thinking is that she cried and screamed. She cried and screamed as a necessity, as a consequence, or as a, I don't know what the exact word is, but as a necessity, right? There has to be a reason for that. And that's where the empathy comes in. And if you're like certain people who still haven't seemed to grow up a little bit, that empathy is actually challenging to practice. Doesn't mean you shouldn't practice it, I guess, but yeah. It's funny because there's nobody I will reach with this video that like if I do reach somebody with this video, by by some chance somebody does watch it, which is possible. A couple of videos ago, I would say that isn't even really possible, but I mean possible but not likely. Now it's actually kind of likely. Somebody might watch this video. Except the chances are they probably already know what I'm talking about. They already understand what I'm talking about, like this empathy thing. So the person who I should reach, I guess, would be someone who like is fucking thinks that meme is funny, like, you know? Not even that. It's just like it's a joke. Like that person, their life was just made a joke. Just because. And there's no hope for us, and the world is dying, and the president is bad, right? He's really 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 bad, and such, right? And we have no control over it. I assure you, we have absolutely no control. There's nothing we could do. What we can do is focus on our day-to-day lives, and try to survive, and earn as much money as possible, of course, and avoid having health emergencies at all costs. And what else? What's some other like generic like advice that like doesn't really help? Actually, yeah. There's good generic advice, and then there's kind of like sucky generic advice. Like sometimes cliches are good. There's a quote that says, "All the good things have already been said. It's just that nobody was listening." So that's like why we have cliches, kind of. But they kind of deserve to be repeated. That ice cream truck. Never mind. But yeah. Everything is terrible, and don't forget that. Because the second you forget that, you'll start trying to like make things better, and then trying to like care about people on like this deep level of like empathy, and then you'll exhaust yourself, right? So it's not worth it. If I had to give you one message, it's focus on yourself. Because at the end of the day, everybody in this world is just another person. They're going to get in your way sometimes. I mean, treat them with respect, I guess, if you want, but what really matters is you, and you surviving and thriving. And so as long as you succeed, this is my personal advice, this is my self-improvement, this is my influencer advice. Like, be the best version of you. Work out. Be wealthy. Be as wealthy as possible. Like, do all the side gigs you can, I guess. Because you have to keep up with the economy, right? You have to keep up with like I mean, have you ever heard criticisms of the economy? I'm sure you have. Like it's kind of bad sometimes. Like housing is kind of unaffordable. But don't mind that the system itself is just kind of impossible, especially for people like me, I guess. Don't mind that. Don't mind that it's all confusing and like depressing and corrupt, really quite corrupt. Instead, just play the game. Play the game and keep your head down, and you'll make it out. You'll make it out. It's fine. And don't care too much about people, because it's just a joke, bro. It's just a meme. That's all it is. It's just a meme. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. It's not that deep, right? I think it might be a fun idea to like just go out on the street and just like hold up a cardboard sign that just says JFC, please fucking care about others. Like, what the fuck are you actually doing? Like, please care about others. And then just like hold that sign. You know what I mean? Actually, you probably do know what I mean, because if you subscribe to this channel, you probably know, like what I mean. That's. But then, of course, there's always just gonna be somebody who, like, I wish I could have reached with my content, with these things that I care about. And oh yeah. So I forgot to tell you this. So by making this video, I am doing nothing good. Nothing good whatsoever, right? Bear with me, okay? Thanks for listening to my comedic performance here, but I am doing nothing good whatsoever. Nothing. You know why? Because one small action will not have any sort of ripple effect. I assure you, rest assured. This action that I'm doing here by making a video here and there, actually more consistently than I have been, more consistent than I ever expected myself to, I am shouting in the dark, right? There is nobody who will listen. Nobody. The trees? The wind? Like, nobody's gonna hear this. I am shouting into the wind. And by making these small actions, you're doing nothing. You're wasting your time. Instead, don't make a video. Don't talk about things that you care about. Just, like, see a therapist. Because you have a chemical imbalance. And like, you know, see a therapist, see a life coach. That would be my advice, is like work up some money, like save. Like what you really got to do is save. You know what? Hold on, let me just finish what I was saying. You really just got to save up, and get some money going, and then you'll be good, right? So just save up, and then you can really start. Okay, anyway. You can probably tell that, like, I've heard some dumb shit spoken. Like, this is no acting anymore, right? For just a second. You can probably tell that I've heard some shit from some people, and I'm, like, a little bit pissed off by it, a little bit traumatized, right? Actually, I don't know if trauma is a strong enough word. Trauma might describe some other things, which, you know, I probably talk about in other videos, or I will talk about. But yeah, it's about right? I'm criticizing some stuff that I've heard. Okay, I'm criticizing stuff. I think that's okay. Yeah, I think I'm out of content here. I do plan to make a video just talking about, like, my values, just my values that I live by. This is like the value of empathy, you know what I mean? Like empathy. Like, there's a vegan YouTube channel that I just came across, the description of which says, we're all born with sort of this empathy, and then we're conditioned to ignore what it tells us about animals. So whether or not you're vegan, like, I'm just telling you, this is what I'm hearing. And, like, I'm hearing about people. And I'm hearing about what is troubling them. And my goal is that if I hear enough, like, if I am just, like, a good listener in general, and, like, I just read stories, like, I'm probably gonna feel better about myself for, like, caring, and I'm probably gonna, like, help people feel heard, and, like, yeah, and, like, I wish, what I want to do is I want to hear the story. I want to hear from the person who fell on her knees and, like, said no, like, when Trump was announced as prez. You know what I mean? Like, I want to hear her story. I want to hear all of it. And then I want to make a video about it and write about it and stuff. That's the thing about me, is I usually kind of, when I learn something in life, I usually just try to write about it. Or just put it in my notes for later. Which has actually proven to be kind of helpful. So let's go. Actually, but don't do that. Remember, don't do that, because because small actions, they don't really matter. You're a small fish in a big pond, okay? Right? Plus, oh, and here's another one. Plus, somebody could do it much better than you, so let them do it. Okay? There's somebody out there who already cares, who already has a nonprofit going for whatever things you care about, whatever social causes, whatever environmental causes. So just chill, man. It's okay. Get ahead. Make sure that your neck is above water. And that's all you really got to do. All right, thanks for watching.